Hey guys!
This is Sarah's night.
And Lantis.
I'm sorry, I just kind of said something off the wall funny.
SK is really used to capturing our video from game footage from a console. And we're at my place, and we're doing this on an emulator on Dolphin, right? And he's like, well, hey, I need to start recording at the main menu so I have something to sync to, so I can sync the audio and video.
Yeah, so I have like a queue, and then Lance is just like, we're not recording audio and video separately, and I was like,
Oh, wow.
I mean, the hypercam is a dead giveaway, and yet it's like I'm not even paying attention to that. Okay. So, wow. No, according to you guys out there, there's like no time.
Yeah,
you know,
but for us,
it's actually been like a month and a half.
It's been a grip.
Just got back from Christmas holidays. You know, love my family, but always glad when that stuff's over. Okay, so yeah, we found a quick switch button.
The best Christmas gift I got was coming home.
Dude, you didn't even go out of town though.
Yeah, I did. I went to Conway, which is still like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, which is like like literally a fourth the distance I had to go. Oh, there is so much. There is so much I could probably talk about. I'm sorry, I'm just getting back into the controls here.
Where
was the
quick switch? Quick switch is X, by the way. We found out there's a quick switch.
Yeah, now that I think about it, wasn't that the ability to run? Didn't you
no,
have to
B.
hold on?
B is run.
Okay, B, run, A, pick up, X, switch. Got it!
Isn't it fun trying to map a GameCube controller to a Xbox controller?
This might be dangerous for a little bit. I'm gonna have to put some stuff down in order to clean.
No chests in this game. No chests.
And overall, I kind of like the idea. I mean, I thought it was good for one game, you know, just to kind of almost like experimental. But I'm kind of glad they got back out of it like right after this. I know kind of the same concept as an Outbreak, but not really at the same time.
I never got into Outbreak.
And how did you drop items again? Leave. There we go.
Just leave it. Bye, knife.
And honestly, it's Rebecca who needs to actually drop, because she's the only one who can mix herbs. And while that sounds just like a dumb, inconvenient idea, I actually kind of thought it was nifty.
Like Billy just doesn't know how to use a pestle. He just, what do I do with this?
Well, in this game, maybe since, you know, our heroine here, her profession as a chemist, they decided to kind of capitalize on that as like, maybe mixing herbs in just the right way requires knowledge.
More than a pestle and mortar? That's all. I guess that's kind of how I always imagined it, just kind of like grinding it up in that little cup.
Well, I guess in the previous games is how they did do it, and then all of a sudden Capcom just decided to change it up, and it's like, nah, you gotta like add just a dose of 10 molar sodium hydroxide and a few mils of acetonitrile.
And it's gotta be precise, down to the femtosecond.
And you mix it all together in a 250 milliliter volumetric flask. I can talk like that because I work in a lab.
And you probably do that.
I do all that shit. Anyway, so there's so much.
5 minutes in, we haven't changed the screen yet.
There's so much I could probably talk about, you know, that happened at Christmas and stuff.
Oh man,
I have a lot of dialogue fodder, but honestly, in this game, I know I'm not gonna be able to concentrate on talking about all that.
I've got some fodder.
Okay, good. You start out. Maybe I'll get used to this after a while and be able to start telling stories myself.
So, on a personal level, you know, get a little personal here.
Yeah.
Rachel, my wife, wants a kid, right?
Right.
No, that's no.
I'm sorry, right quick. Do you remember if we left anything down here at the train wreck?
The train wreck?
Let's go check because it's been that long.
So, you know, and, you know, me, I'm not against it. I just don't think we're ready. But there are things that happen that make me want to go against it. For example, going to the in-laws' house on Christmas and dealing with the niece and nephew that are like
Oh, are they terrible?
they're 12 and 9 respectively, right?
Are they little demon children?
Oh, you have no idea.
Like niece and nephew on like which side? Here.
They are my wife's sister's kids, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So they are
I don't think we need the hook shot anymore. And just in case we do, hey, it's there.
like that entire family only has one volume, loud or louder. Like
Same here with the Burtons, dog.
Like seriously, these kids will start yelling, and then the adults will try to yell over them, and the kids will yell over them, and there's someone watching TV that turns the TV up to get over everybody else, and the kids yell to get over the TV, and it's just like this domino effect of like ear-crushing destruction. Like,
it sounds like you had it even worse than me, then.
oh, it's awful. It's awful. And
So I take it when we're talking about the watching TV part, it's like the Christmas time winter sports.
let's see, what did I
Football
watch
and-
for Christmas? What was I forced to watch? Polar Express. I saw Polar Express, which was okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that was okay. We watched the Harold and Kumar Christmas movie.
Really?
Yeah, well, the kids weren't around, so...
Okay.
And that was okay. I did not end up watching Duck Dynasty, which I thought I was going to, or Swamp People.
Oh, dude, thank God.
Yeah, I know, right?
Freaking Duck Dynasty. They did the
If you
the
watch that
ideas-
show, you're a terrible person.
the
If you
ideas for
support that
reality shows just get stupider and stupider as time goes on.
I completely agree. I just don't understand.
All right, let's start exploring this place.
So there's this one quote-unquote reality TV show called Moonshiners, where these people are illegally making alcohol, right?
How do you?
And
How do you
here's
set
the-
our whole show
And
around that?
here's the thing. There are cops that are always out looking for them, supposedly, right?
Right.
There's a camera crew always with the Moonshiners who are making their brews, right? And then there's another camera crew with the cops following their progress, finding the dudes that are making the alcohol, right?
Right.
If this were a legitimate thing, the cops would turn around to the camera crew and be like, "All right, take us to them. We know you know where they are. You have a camera crew. You're making a TV show out of this. Take us to them. And if you don't, we're going to charge you for obstructing the law."
Do me a favor, remember 8:15, just in case I don't.
Okay, 8:15. But like they try to play it a lot. All right, so the thing about reality TV, right?
Wait, hold up.
Okay,
We're about to get a surprise here. That much I remember.
cool.
As soon as we pick up this key item. Crows?
Hunter. Crows.
I think that was the only thing to pick up in this whole entire room, and we'll never be coming back, so
No point wasting health and ammo.
yeah. Alright, go ahead.
But yeah, the thing about a reality TV show is that it's supposed to be real, right? It's
Right.
just people in situations and how they actually react. But in this like Moonshiner show, it's far from it. Like, it's all set up. Like the cops and the dudes making the alcohol, it's all set up. Like they try to make it like, oh no, the cops are really close, and you know, like try to build suspense when it's all just planned. It's retarded. Like, and it's nothing. It's about booze. It's about making booze illegally, which is, and
Actually, what is moonshine? Like, what's it made of?
anything really. You can like distill, freaking.
Just from what I kind of just heard around, it like you can actually like make it from stuff that you like you distill it from stuff that normally it's like you put that in your mouth, it will kill you. Like, I don't know, it might have been something. It could have been antifreeze or propane.
Antifreeze?
Propane.
No!
From what I remember. I don't know.
Like,
Just like distilling it from like normally dangerous substances, just getting the alcohol part of it out in such a way as like, you know, you drink a few sips of this and you're gonna get
dead. You're going to get dead.
Oh, okay. So there was a couple of doors that. Oh, what are you looking at? Are you looking up Moonshine?
Yeah, I'm looking at Moonshine.
Oh crap! Leech Zombie is after us. It appeared in the hall. And I have no wine balls to make a Molotov cocktail out of.
Or Moonshine.
This urinal is unspeakably filthy.
Okay, Moonshine. The original recipe for Moonshine is simply cornmeal, sugar, yeast, and water.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's all clear.
How do you get, like, pure grain alcohol from that?
I don't know.
Let's see, there's a lone green herb here, so let's switch over to Billy and have him just use it, since he's on caution.
Sugar, really? Huh.
I guess it all mixes up in such a way that alcohol results in the chemistry part of it. Aha! Yes! Now, question is, how do we do this again?
You're gonna...
Okay, I'm sure we have to get the gas can and the wine bottles in the same...
Don't you need a rag?
I think, like...
No? It's just once it's magically produced.
Well, I could swear I thought like it was that simple last time at some point and it wouldn't mix together. I don't know. I must be remembering it wrong. And I guess... Or no, I guess maybe Becky can't do it since she doesn't have the lighter as the personal item.
Becky?
Rebecca.
Oh.
Same difference. Okay, well, there's the leech zombie out here, so,
Can you examine that? I want to see, like...
Okay.
Just... Yeah, where did the rag come from?
I don't know, but it's convenient.
Yeah.
So why complain?
It's even pre-lit. You know, I've always thought that that was a little, you know, worrisome. Let's say you had in your hand a bottle of gasoline, right? Had a rag stuck in it, and are you just gonna use them all?
Yeah, that's what they're specifically for.
Like, you need 3 to kill 1?
We're lucky it isn't more.
Yeah, I guess so.
I didn't realize
Dang.
how much of a number he could do on even Billy, though. Well, I didn't notice at first that Billy was actually grappling with him and taking damage. I thought I just got so close to the fire that Billy was like...
Yeah, I get you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, like, how long do you normally like stay with your, you know, Christmas time family? That's what I'm gonna refer to them
Oh,
as.
not long.
Like, are you even
I
there?
arrive there Christmas Eve, and I usually leave Christmas Day.
Okay, so you do stay like overnight. It's not all of one day.
I stay overnight.
Alright.
And there have been times I've stayed there where the said niece and nephew will bang on the door because they want to see us. Not because of anything else, like, hey, y'all up yet? I'm like...
They just want to see you?
Yeah, they just want to...
I'm not getting it.
I don't either. I don't either. Is there anything else you can use gasoline for, or is it just Molotovs?
I think it was just Molotovs.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, you can just kind of make this room like your little...
Yeah, your
toy
chest
box.
room.
Like, I know at a couple of points in the game, it seemed to commonly get really inconvenient for me the way it's set up, but overall, you know, it was a nice idea to try out for one game. It wasn't a... Just had Billy pick up an ink ribbon and save, just... I don't know. I got plenty. Like, in this game, I don't remember it. I don't think I remember, like, the flow of events, like, what item you pick up here and use it where else, that kind of thing, near as well as I remember previous RE games we've been in.
Right.
So, that loud, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, just 90 to nothing too. Just.
And you know what? Dude, Christmas, like holidays with the family. When I was younger, used to definitely last a lot longer than they do now. It's like I can barely tolerate the 3 days that I'm out of town.
Oh.
Like I kind of try to cut it short without being rude. You
Which
love
is not easy to do.
You love your family, but you can only tolerate them for so long, you know.
Absolutely.
And you want to leave by a certain time before you get
to that point where you're just like
where you hate them, you know.
You want to leave so you can continue loving your family.
Right. So that you don't develop like deep-seated, inner-seething contempt for them and their ways, especially around. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm teetering back and forth, you know, on the children thing. When I see, you know, my nieces and nephews and little cousins and stuff like that, the family members who are still of child age,
yeah,
especially small children, like, you know, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with this every day. I'll never have children. And other times you're like, you know what? They're kind of what makes this time a blessing in a particular way. I kind of rock back and forth on that as I'm spending time with them.
I guarantee you, I would not be able to be a freaking parent if that's the kind of kids I'd have to raise. I don't think I could do it.
Then they must be far worse than the kids I deal with at Christmas in my neck of the woods.
Like, all I could do was just sit there and rub my temples and hope it would stop eventually.
And don't get me wrong, dude. Like, especially Santi, Brooke's first son, because you know she had another kid.
Right.
Luca. Like, Luca, I'm just sitting there chilling, like, holding him. I'm like, nice and peaceful time. Like, Luca's pretty chill.
Yeah.
But Santi, he's become a screamer by now.
Oh, lovely.
And, like, on the Fincher side, you know, my Aunt Patty and Uncle Bobby, they just adopted, like, 3 more kids. And all of them, like, 2 of them are sisters. One is 3 and one is 2. And the other one is Cooper, who's, like, you know, that's their brother. And he's less than a year old still, I think. So, yeah, it gets loud up on the Fincher side sometimes. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so here's another series of doors that open by some kind of mechanic, you know, where the knights, they lift their swords back so that they clear the way. That's locked from the other side. Dadgummit.
Would it be funny if the doors just opened by swinging in, so it didn't matter if they were there or not?
Yeah, the swords. Well, in the RE universe, you know, and how it relates to the player, it would just prevent you from going under anyway, because characters can't do simple things like ducking underneath.
Oh, hi, zombie.
Whoops. I didn't get a good perspective there.
So I've got a story for you.
Alright.
So, my company recently paid for me to go out to Houston and do an FAT for a system that's going to be implemented on our site. Right?
The water. I'm sorry, just right quick there. I remember how many different kinds of locked doors, like, this next section of the game, the second part with the Umbrella Training Facility, there are, like, so many friggin'... You spend so long here, there are so many sets of doors.
Right.
That are locked in a different way, and I just gotta slowly make my way around, because I don't remember the, you know, the order of you know, what to do next here. So I'm just kind of, just saw an item, I can't pick it up, and I know it's...
Oh, boy.
What do I leave here? Because this is critical. It's like, am I going to remember to go back in this room if it's a very critical item?
Why do shotguns have to take up 2 spaces? And, like...
It would have been nice if they didn't.
Well,
anyway,
how about you
use
use the herb on Billy and top him off? I know it's a waste. It's gonna kind of be a waste because you don't need a mixed herb to heal
Yeah,
that
and
up.
I'm too afraid to leave like one of Billy's weapons here.
Right,
For
just
fear that I'll
just
just
use
totally
it.
forget about it, you know.
Just free
Okay.
up that space. Wait, did someone have handgun bullets in a slot?
Yeah.
Your handgun's empty. Reload.
Aha! Well, I think I was like leaving on the handgun bullets with Becky since she doesn't have a shotgun. I think that's what I was doing. But you know, let's just go ahead and
Just
friggin' okay.
uh,
Exchange. I kind of did not remember
how big
exactly
is the clip
how-
on that handgun?
15.
Okay, cool. Then we're straight.
Becky runs out of bullets. Well, tough luck. I'll just take point and kill off all the
Right.
zombies for her. You know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, so my company, right?
Hey, is this a map? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Usually pays, or not usually, always pays for, whenever an employee goes out for training or work or whatever, right? Company pays for the meals, right? And
Right.
hotel and all that stuff. It's not at the expense of the employee, nor should it be, right? That's
Right.
fair, right? So, whenever I've gone on these trips, Rachel's come with me on a few of them just so she can have like a little vacation while I'm out in class, right? Now, whenever we ate food, right, I would always pay mine separately from hers so that I don't force my company to pay for her food, right? Because she's not an employee, that'd be wrong,
Yeah.
that'd be abusing the system, that kind of stuff.
Well, you know that's nice of you because probably at least half of the people in your situation would try to get away with.
Oh, dude. Get ready for this,
Oh,
right?
is this what your story's about?
So I would feel guilty even doing that when I go to a nice place, like a nice sushi restaurant or something like that. Something more on the expensive end, right?
Right.
And, I go back, fill out the expense report, I'm like, I hope they don't mind. And they never have, right? So I went with, this is the first time I've gone on a business trip with a few other people from the plant, right? There was about 5 of us. One of us being a guy that is always, who goes on trips like constantly, right?
Right.
So he said that, all right, as far as meals go, we'll put it all in one ticket. I'll pay with my credit card, and I'll just turn in an expense report for all of us, instead of all of us having to do individual expense reports for dinner, right?
Yeah.
Convenient. Okay, cool. Thanks. And also, I think he's using his credit card, which he gets points on, so he's getting free points, which is cool. So, anyways, we go to a restaurant one night, and it's a Mexican place. Not really a big fan, right? They start taking orders for drinks, right?
Right.
And I'm like, I'll just get a water or whatever. I don't care. And so,
Oh my gosh, Dave, may I interrupt? Long
Oh,
enough
yeah,
to
you
say
go ahead.
That's how you know. I hate to admit, I hate it. That's how you know we're starting to do old people stuff.
yeah,
I've started doing that every time I'm eating out too. Order water. Because, it'll save me about, $2.50 on the bill. And I don't need to drink as much carbonated stuff,
beverages and
I hate that. But it's I'm doing it without even thinking about,
Yeah.
when it actually happens. Oh my gosh. It
we're
sucks.
getting old. So,
30 is not old!
according to anime, it is. That's like might as well be in a walker.
Yeah, I know.
But okay, so they start taking drink orders, right? Dude's
Right.
like, I'll have a margarita. I'm like, I beg your pardon? We're eating on the company's money, right? You're getting alcohol? The other's like,
I mean, an occasional thing. I wouldn't consider that a big deal.
okay, next dude's like, I'll have, a bottle of beer. Dude's like, I'll have freaking Crown and Coke. And I'm like, is this cool? Are we drinking? And I'm like, alright, I'll have rum and Coke. And so, we freaking specially ordered this Mexican restaurant, right? You could have a waitress come out with all the ingredients of guacamole.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
I thought this was like the. I didn't even look at it like the disc that goes into this thingy
Yeah.
to light up the student desk panels out there, and you do something with them to unlock a set of doors. But it's actually like a film projector slide. I'm an idiot.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But so we special ordered this is an appetizer, which is fresh guacamole. And when they say fresh, they mean fresh, because then this little pretty Mexican girl comes out with all the ingredients and fresh avocados, and makes it right there in front of you.
Nice.
Before you, like, she takes avocado, scoops up the avocado and blends it, mixes it, puts it on the table. And you got the freshest of guacamole, right? And that, and that was really cool. And we racked up a pretty big bill, especially and and he's like, no, it's fine, it's cool, whatever. And he paid it off. Next night, we go to I think an Olive Garden, and again, alcohol all around. I ended up getting like a Long Island iced tea, which tastes just like pretty much tea and vodka, but whatever.
Whenever somebody says Long Island, I immediately think of Lonely Island, which makes me immediately think of like the greatest song by Andy Samberg and whoever those other guys are. I just had sex.
And Akon featuring Akon.
I like how it's so triumphant when they do the the refrain that I just had sex.
Yeah,
that's what makes the song great. It's like, had sex, greatest thing ever. Let's get the whole world to sing in unison with us.
That's great. But
Akon really does have a fantastic voice. I don't see how he his voice goes that high.
Yeah, it's a range. He's got an amazing range.
And he, yeah.
But anyways, so Olive Garden, they ended up ordering 2 bottles of wine, like actual bottles, served, chilled in a bucket of ice and all that stuff, and along with a bunch of appetizers and food and stuff like that. The last night we were there, right?
Right.
We went to an extremely fancy place in Texas, right? Super fancy steakhouse. Like, there's a waiting list. We had to call and reserve places.
I just saved. So, that's a vid.
Great! Alright, we're gonna mess with settings and catch you back next time, and I'll talk to you about the steakhouse. It'll be great. Later, guys!
I just pressed stop, right?
Yes.